President.
Alright, welcome back to the HCon.TV Dota 2 Casual Cup Tournament, sponsored by whatever. And joining me is that guy that I was talking to before, President.
You like to rub it in, don't you?
What?
Whenever I lose, you like to just rub it in.
You were the one who said that you lost. I said nothing about you losing.
Look. I don't like it.
You liked me? He liked me!
Shut up. It's the only love you're ever gonna get.
Alright, so we got Rum Ham here and French Montana. I'm gonna try to fix something with my Twitch because for some reason I'm logged out. They like to do that.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Like, I go to update the stream title and they're like, hey, you can't do that. You're not logged in. I'm like, why? You logged me out. Stop it. So, I'm gonna have awesome stream quality right now because that's how I roll. There we go. Okay. Rum Ham versus French Montana. Ugh. That game though.
You want me to talk about through the picks and bans?
Yeah, talk through it.
Okay, so bans coming out for Rum Ham. Viper and Juggernaut, the first bans. Pretty regular bans. Viper, not sure why he was banned first, but evidently they just don't like playing into him. Also
He's
banning
a
out
cunt.
Bristleback and Earthshaker. He is a cunt. And the Radiant bans, the Troll, Warlord, Sniper, very regular bans for this meta. Hopefully that's going to change when 6.4 goes out. And the Quap ban and the Witch Doctor ban, last of all. Now the Dire first picking Shadow Fiend and having the Storm Spirit Zeus Retaliation from French Montana. And picking up the Silencer last. Very, very good hero against Storm Spirit, obviously. The Silencer really screws him over. And deciding to pick up the Anti-Mage third. Now this is a really early Anti-Mage pick. What do you think about this?
Fuck Anti-Mage.
Anti-Mage, anti-fun. It's horrible when you lose to him. And he's a smug little ass.
He's a
Pretty
cunt.
much it. He is a cunt. Picks from French Montana, picking up the Lion and the Axe. Probably looking to run the Axe off lane, Zeus mid lane, and Storm Spirit safe lane, I assume. But we could see the Zeus as a support and Storm Spirit mid, and still have the 5th pick carry coming in. Whereas the Rum Ham pick up Centaur Warrunner, going to be in that off lane, so it's going to be confirmed silence support. Support needed for Rum Ham and probably a carry for French Montana.
Well done, sir.
How's
That was
Thank you.
that was absolutely horrendous.
That was a nice good catch up there. Nice good catch up, seeing as you did nothing, didn't want to speak because you're sulking.
Cause I just had to cast a 65-minute game.
It was a good 65-minute game.
It was not a bad 65-minute game, but it wasn't.
Entertaining.
It wasn't
65-minute
that
game.
entertaining 65-minute game.
How many kills? It was like fucking.
It was almost.
50 kills each side.
It was about what? No.
It was better than that 24, 80-minute game.
Yeah, but you were at about 60 kills at 54 minutes, and that was only because the team fights were really intense.
Fun game. What have we got to complain about?
Not that fun.
It's not like you're just sat there just like, well, nothing is happening.
I don't know, I kind of like you. Why would I want
The
to...
Spirit ban and the PA ban coming from French Montana and Rum Ham. Rum Ham knowing exactly what they want to do, and French Montana reading well that Rum Ham need a support.
Where's my Rum Ham?
You don't get a Rum Ham. Because you're being salty.
I'm not being salty.
You are being salty.
I'm being tired.
You're being salty. It's like 3 PM for you, so you can't complain.
Yep, it is 3 PM. Almost 4.
Wow, that makes so much of a difference. It's Friday, 3:39 PM. Like and pick up.
Wolves need no armor.
Going to want the push and the Abaddon support. Very nice.
Wolves need no armor.
I'm just not going to listen to you.
Alright. I mean, I'm the one casting it, so I can just not listen.
You're not casting yet. I'm the one casting.
Alright, let's introduce our teams. On the Radiant side, it's going to be French Montana. Playing the Storm Spirit, it's going to be Ali. The Axe is going to be played by Ald Noah and the Whale. The Lycan, who apparently needs no armor but has still picked up a Ring of Protection, is going to be played by Rez. The Zeus is going to head out towards that mid lane. It's going to be played by Pangolin56. Thereabouts toward the mid lane. Actually, he's not. Is he a support? That's a support Zeus. And a flank, the stand-in is going to be playing Lion.
And for Rum Ham on the Dire side, it's going to be a Magenta Chameleon playing the Abaddon. The attractive 19-year-old boy playing a Centaur War Runner in that solo offlane. Stand-in Autism Syrup playing the support Silencer, picking up a pair of early Sentry Wards. On the anti-mage is going to be Demon Shovel, going in the tri-lane top, and in the mid lane, Cottage Cheese Cottage on that Shadow Fiend.
Oh man, that name.
Are you hungry?
Okay, we've got Rum Ham, and we have a Cottage Cheese Cottage in Rum Ham.
Yep.
How can I not be hungry, to be honest?
Well, I don't know why Cottage Cheese Cottage is in Rum Ham, because they don't put cottage cheese in Rum Ham.
Why not?
Because that would probably taste disgusting. I haven't tried it, must admit. It might taste very nice.
It probably does.
And tell us all about your cottage cheese and Rum Ham.
I want a Rum Ham. When I go home, that's going to be what I ask for. I'm gonna be like, I want a Rum Ham.
And she's going to be like, what the fuck's a Rum Ham? And you're going to be like, oh, yo dog.
I would not say that.
Yeah, you would. That's entirely something you would say. You like to think yourself like full of slang, but you're not. You're just a pathetic wannabe.
That's like extremely aggressive, and I don't know how to respond to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm so confused right now.
Why are you confused?
Not having a good day, okay?
What's up? Tell me about your day. What's wrong? What's wrong, baby?
Well, my alarm went off at 7:47.
That's very specific, but okay.
Then I got up and turned it off.
Nice.
Then I went back to bed.
Sounds like a great day so far.
So, my class is at 10, so I get up to go to my class at 10 at like 9:13.
Okay, again, very specific, but I like your commitment.
Then I walk out to class at 9:54, and I get there, and everybody's standing outside the room.
Yep, as you would, waiting for class, yeah.
And then Silencer put down a sentry ward in that hard camp so that Axe can't side pool.
That's a nice touch.
So I go to class for maybe 10 minutes, and then we're like, okay, we're done, because it's the last day of classes for the semester.
Wait, are you now off for the rest of the year?
I have finals week, and then I'm done.
Holy shit.
Then I go back in August.
Just go and masturbate in your room.
That's what I do. I do that during the school year, man.
That's what I'm saying, like...
I just do other stuff as well.
Do other stuff as well?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So... yeah, then I waited a little bit, then I was like, let's cast Dota, so I did.
I still don't see how this has been a bad day so far.
I was just extremely tired. That's the moral of the story.
Well, entertaining.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Shadow Fiend has 8 souls and double damage in his bottle to boot, so he's going to be looking for maybe some aggression onto that Storm Spirit, who is out last hitting him quite nicely at the moment, but that's all going to change when Cottage Cheese Cottage gets his souls up. In the top lane, Axe doing pretty well for himself, actually. Not as zoned out as I thought he would be from Autism Syrup.
Dota! We have Dota.
We do have Dota. We can't help but avoid Dota though. Dota is a part of life.
Is there a rule against all chatting yet?
I wouldn't. That's the rule.
It's fine. It's lighthearted.
You're not well liked enough.
I am liked. Are you kidding?
Just for reference, what's the pause time in this tournament? Jesus, we're not fucking... It's the casual cup, dude.
It's not BTS.
It ain't... Well, BTS don't even have it, that's part of the problem. But it ain't an impressive tournament.
No, like yesterday, Gods was like enforcing pause time a little bit, like slightly.
Good. Enforce it more, the Gods. You do that.
Alright, so we got the pause here. Let's check out some of these effigies. So we have Bullet Time Lycan, created by X3B. We have my... It's that big. He's got 60 commends on that.
Your what?
That. This Phantom Assassin with no inscription. We have Lieutenant Squawkins. We have Don't Shoot, It's Me by Demon Shovel. Only has 4 commends for some reason. And Squidala, I Am Off by Cottage Cheese Cottage. I like that one.
I didn't get how the no inscription one has 30 commends.
I don't know.
Oh well.
It just happens when your friends get in.
Yeah, my friends don't fucking commend me.
I'd report my friends.
Like him standing still.
The Visage one is pretty good.
Oh, I like that one as well, yeah. That's a good one.
Alright, so Centaur Warner trying to get as much XP he can from these camps. As the support Zeus is trying to do things.
You know what? I don't think this Lycan's missed the last hit yet.
Has he not?
24 for 4 at 3 minutes. That's really impressive. That's really well done by him. In comparison to the Antimage, who's 16 for 2. It's already nearly double the last hits.
Well, it's easier to get double last hits earlier in the game.
Not if you're the 2 carries, it shouldn't be.
It should be, though. It gets harder later because mathematically, later in the game it's harder to double.
But the other carry should be farming equally well. It should be hard to get double the last hits of a carry at any point.
Alright, well, Al Noah and the Whale getting the Curse of the Silent put onto him by the Silencer. He's going to lose quite a bit of mana here.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough harass coming out from the supports onto Old Noah and the Whale. He
Yeah.
should be having a horrible time, especially with the Silencer support.
Yeah, kind of like your Treant last game.
Yeah. I won't call you that.
I don't know, it was just a lot of disappointment for me.
Well, no, in the Whale, no mana. Gonna tank the last word. And he's gonna get out safely. Got 5 tangos, so gonna live a long time.
Alright, so I wouldn't say that Cottage Cheese Cottage is doing extremely well, but he does have his max souls right now, 22. So he is getting up there. However, this Storm Spirit is doing extremely well considering the situation. He's 22 for 8, so he's even with the Shadow Fiend. So we'll be looking for this matchup to explode in a little bit once both characters get their ultimates or more damage, respectively.
Nice.
Thanks. Cheers.
You're welcome. Still leading the way with nearly 40 last hits, 5 minutes 30, which is insane as res on that Lycan bot lane. He's doing incredibly well.
Is that a police car? Or an ambulance? On your side? I totally heard that.
I don't have anything my side.
You totally did. Maybe it's for me. I don't know.
God, think you're going mad.
I am fucking mad.
I'm listening to the Hotline Miami theme tune. I mean, it could be bad.
Maybe.
It's a really, really good theme tune, by the way. Hotline Miami. And Hotline
Theme
Miami
tune?
Theme tune.
Theme tune?
Theme tune. Okay, yeah,
I'm sorry.
Soundtrack, you're the king.
Theme tune?
Another double damage ring for that Shadow Fiend.
I don't think I would ever call it a theme tune.
It's called a soundtrack. I know.
When I was younger, I used to call them theme songs, but I don't think it's a theme tune. Or a theme song anymore, honestly.
A theme tune would be more for something like, I don't know, the Looney Tunes or something. You get that.
What are the Looney Tunes?
Didn't have the Looney Tunes. I swear they're American. Bugs Bunny,
I'm just
Tweety
kidding.
Bird. You're an uneducated fuck, man.
Well, that's one way of putting it.
Yeah. I bet you didn't even have, like, Rosie and Jim.
What's Rosie and Jim?
It was just simply the best TV show ever. Like, Teletubbies, do you have those?
Yeah, my mom didn't let me watch those because I think she thought they were too stupid.
Tweenies? I mean, yeah, they're for 2-year-olds, so...
So it
What
makes
were you
sense
watching
that I would
when you
watch it. When I was 2, I was watching like Sesame Street. Do you know what that is?
We didn't. Yeah, we had Sesame Street, but none of us really watched it. It wasn't really a thing in the UK.
Can you tell me how to get?
Instead we had Bear in the Big Blue House, which is...
We had that too.
It was much better than Sesame Street.
Did you have Big Comfy Couch? I'm guessing not.
Big what?
Big Comfy Couch.
No, we didn't.
It was really comfy.
Was it? Was it quite big also?
It was really big.
I'm
So
really
big.
surprised.
Look at this smile from Storm Spirit. He's like, what a guy. So happy, even though he's on 109 health.
Nearly dead, which we totally missed, but... Memes equals not dank. If you have a look at the ward placements, 2 wards on the side of the Dire, 1 looking out at the top rune, and 1 very safe ward looking out at the bottom rune, and 0 for the Radiant. Not getting out the second wave of wards yet. I don't know. Yep, they're in the Satin Lion stash. Have yet to come out to him.
Alright, well, Kaddish is Kaddish taking the opportunity to put some damage onto the mid tower. However, he is getting gone on by Ali. He's going to zip all around this mid lane, and Kaddish is going to get first blooded by Ali. He will also... Are you okay?
No.
Anyway,
Damage was good.
yeah, getting helped out by the Lycan bonus damage, and Centaur gets to deny onto the mid tower, rather bottom tower, so...
He gets a regen from this as well, from the rune bottom, so he might be able to go again.
Will we see a Sumail-esque play here from the Storm Spirit? He goes up to the high ground. He's going to zip out around some more. And
They did, however, pick up the regen rune on that ward, so they know he's there. They backed off the ward.
just put down another word.
Storm.
Well, that's going to be a lot of aggression going here onto the tier 2 bottom tower, and in fact it will probably go down here. There is a Fortify available, and it's used. The regen is gone for Storm Spirit. He's going to go right onto Abaddon, who doesn't have his ult just yet, so he's going to go down. Ali back up to the high ground, and this tower will go down, taken down by the Radiant, and Stampede not available is now available in 1 second. Here it goes from the Centaur Warrunner. He can not stomp, he doesn't have enough mana, and Pangolin will get out. And Flank could be going down here, but in fact he is going to get away scot-free as well. So
Really well played by the Storm Spirit there. He made the good decision to go on the Abaddon, who was only level 3 at the time of death. So he did melt very, very fast, but there's nothing they could really do about it. They didn't have the lockdown necessary. The problem with the Abaddon and Silencer supports is there's just no stun. They have 1 stun on their team coming from the Centaur Warrunner, not including the bash that the anti-mage is likely going to get at a later point. And that's not enough to slow down the Storm Spirit. At this early point in the game, Silencer isn't level 6, he doesn't have his ulti, and Storm Spirit's able to do what he wants. And he's going to take that and he's going to go top and gank the anti-mage and Abaddon again. What say you?
well, I was going to hold it until after this fight if Ali decides to go in, and in fact he does. He uses the Remnant and is just going to back away from that one. So what I was going to say is that one thing that we didn't see with last game is the Luna was the carry, which takes a little bit longer to do the pushing, and one way to combat the early push, or the anti-mage rather, is to push yourself. So if you do that, it takes... I mean, the short time that it takes for the anti-mage to get his farm, it'll still take some time for him to get there, and that's enough time for you to push. So with the Lycan, the Dire definitely have the power they need to get through these towers early, which you didn't really have with the Luna.
Yeah, that is true. Last game, if you weren't watching, Which you probably weren't, let's face it. You're probably not even watching now, so I mean, who cares? We didn't take a tower until probably about the 30-minute time, which is just, it's not really good enough for tier 1s, but we didn't have the team set up for it, which was unfortunate. But they did death ball quite hard at the early stages.
Well, all Noah and the wall taking quite a bit of damage. He is getting the last word, and he goes down because the damage is applied before the spells goes off. So, yeah. He goes down from using that call.
Went to silencer. Lycan, he's got his Medallion of Courage, he's got his power trades, and he's going to look to do Roche at this point. Hasn't got a smoke in, but... And he will have been spotted out by this Observer Ward here, but I think he's just going to man up anyway.
Well, they aren't paying it, so I guess they don't know that he's in there.
No, there's the movement down from attractive 19-year-old boy in Cottage Cheese Cottage.
Well, Rez uses the wolf arm, is going to get away.
I can't believe Cottage Cheese Cottage missing that level 3 Shadow Rays, and that's going to cost them. Yep,
and Lion is trying to deny this mid tower extremely slowly, but he will eventually get it. There he goes.
Yeah. And both teams playing a bit relaxed, just farming up their items. 12 minutes in, 2 kills apiece.
Alright, so the Anti-Mage continues to farm up as best he can. He's also going for that Battle Fury build. He's about 1400 gold away from that. And the rest of his team is trying to get the aggression they need to make the space for him. Axe has picked up the Blink Dagger, only has brown boots at this time. And the Lycan is going to be in that mid lane, probably trying to push a little bit. Jump in from the Storm Spear. He's not got a whole lot of mana, so he's just going to use the Remnant to try to clean up these illusions and force this Shadow Fiend back a little bit. He is the only one here to defend this tower, and it looks like it will be going down. The Fortify is not available, and will be refreshed after this tower is taken. Tried to get the deny off, wasn't quite there. That's going to be another tower going towards the Radiant.
Going for the fast Orchid, as you mentioned. Probably looking for a 16-7 minute Orchid, which is pretty good timing in this game. He's got 2 kills, 0 deaths, so he's doing well.
Yeah, Orchid, one of those items that can do extremely well against the Anti-Mage, and unfortunately the 27-minute Orchid was not enough to win the last game.
Yeah, who got that? That was Shank play.
Yeah, that wasn't very good. I don't really... It took rather long to get to the Orchid.
To be fair, Zeus did burst down Quap hugely, and that was horrible. Playing as the Quap, it was like WR and I was dead.
WR stun dead. Yep.
I mean, I got stunned from the W anyway, I couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, that's a mini stun. You would get stunned from the vent and you would die.
It was not fun.
Yeah, probably should have gone for that Axe first, honestly.
Maybe, but I committed.
You would have had more health. Jump in from the Storm Spear, call from the Axe on the Demon Shovel. The Stampede is used, but Zeus will take down the Anti-Mage as the silence comes out from the Silencer, perhaps a little bit late to save his friend there. And this Lycan takes advantage of the room given to him by his team, and he's going to go for this Roshan once again as the rest of his team backs up from the top lane. So this is going to delay the Anti-Mage BKB even more, and the Abaddon ultimate gets procced.
Extremely long range up there from Ali, almost using up all of his mana, but the Int Power Tread swap allowed him to get off a static Remnant or 2, so it was well played by him. Now picking up his second Oblivion Staff and just 700 gold or so away from his Orchid, so looking to be good timing here. And Lycan getting the Aegis is going to help him along nicely.
Alright, so the Centaur being a little bit of a nuisance in the Roshan pit, but it doesn't really matter as the Lycan is able to get away from that one. Shadow Fiend continues to farm up. He's only sitting on an Ogre Cup and the Bottle and Power Treads. So he is picking up that Black King bar, has it available, just gets it now. and the Anti-Mage is about 400, 500 gold away from that Battle Fury. So pretty good timing on that still. Could have been better, but you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
He's got a lot of last hits. He probably would have had the money to buy for it now if he'd not died at top. Got 100 last hits, and so it's gone well for him. But I would have liked to have seen it here, especially with that many last hits. I would like to have seen it already.
Well, we don't always get what we want, and unfortunately he is going to pick up his Battle Fury a little bit later than that. Wolf doing a little bit of scouting onto Cottage Cheese Cottage, takes some tower harass and dies because it ran out of time. Centaur coming around the back here, he's going to get spotted out by the Storm Spirit. There comes a call, and the attractive 19-year-old boy is going to look not quite so attractive as he goes down. The Abaddon ult is procced, and the stand-in Autism Seer will probably go down. Shield from the Abaddon, not enough to take the safest friend there, and that's the 3-for-0 on the top lane. Double kill for REZ. And the tower is also going to hang in the balance. This Aegis Lycan.
Pulling blade, as you said, so that's down for another 50 seconds, but it's not going to matter, as there is no way to retaliate as 3 of Rum Ham's team members are down. So, have you ever seen either of these teams play before?
I think we've seen Rum Ham.
Yeah, I saw Rum Ham. I thought they're pretty good as well, but yeah, they're losing pretty hard at the moment. They still got time.
That they do.
So they've got the late game, but they are probably a 5k deficit and about a 4k XP deficit as well.
Alright, so REZ with the Aegis could go right in onto these supports, and he's going to be doing quite a bit of damage to Autism Soup. Gets the Aegis procced. Ali is taken down. That nice silencer ultimate, making sure that he gets out of there. The Shadow Fiend Requiem of Souls will go through. Alno and the Will, he's going to go down, and REZ, he's in a bit of trouble. He's going to get out of there. No stuns available to take him down, and so it's a counter 3 kill, as well as the Aegis taken down by Rum Ham. So that's the turnaround fight that they needed.
Really nice defense, and it's about a 1,100 gold swing towards Rum Ham, and nearly the 4,000 XP swing that they have in deficit. 3,500 XP gone there, and that was just really well executed fight. Nice centaur initiation with the stun, and then the Requiem of Souls up on 4 as soon as the Anti-Mage, not the Anti-Mage, sorry, as soon as the Lycan came back from Aegis. Nice play there. In summary, good play, Dota. Good play, Dota.
So that gives Demon Shovel the next item, or a lot of push towards the next item for him. He's working on that Yasha. He's about 150 gold away from finishing up the recipe for that. And Cottage Cheese Cottage finds an Invis rune. Ali goes on to the attractive 19-year-old boy who has a lot of help behind him, and he's just going to zip-zap out of there. So an attractive 19-year-old boy getting his face bloodied a little bit, but he's going to be out of this quite okay. Alright, so this Shadow Fiend has about 1,400 gold in the bank after these engagements. And we'll be seeing what he is going to buy next. Could it be a Blink Dagger? Could it be a Yule Scepter? Could it be a Divine Rapier? Probably not. Stay tuned to find out. That's how good I am right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Arcane Boot Silencer has only 4 stolen intelligence at the moment. And the Necrobook level 2 is going to be hitting that mid tier 2 tower. And it's going to be taking quite a bit of damage. I don't think that Rum Ham are going to be wanting to go in on this at all. Nice Fortify might save the tower for a couple of seconds, but the Necrobook... Oh wow, nice deny by Anti-Mage. He just gets that one off, and even the Necro Creeps and the Wolves couldn't tank that tower. So that's going to be a little bit less gold going to Team French Montana, but I don't know if they care, as they're going to keep farming up those creeps in the mid lane. So they are denying this Anti-Mage the space on the map. And Zeus is using the ult.
No, nice little facts for you there. There you go.
Okay.
People say we don't have production quality.
People say that? Who says that?
I don't know, but apparently I've heard it being thrown around a bit, which I think is quite frankly rude.
I mean, the only reason other people have production value is because I bring it. Whenever I run out of stuff to do on a stream, I bring the production value.
Yeah, that's what I literally just did.
You ran out of stuff to do, and you made me listen to your typing a lot.
Swearing up to a team fight at the moment, the Silencer ulti coming out, but they're backing away at the moment. And that was actually much less interesting than I thought it was going to be. Reinitiations, Storm Spirit dies very, very fast to Shadow Rays. And again, for the team fight that it looked to be, it's only a 2-for-1 exchange. The Anti-Mage going down, as maybe the Lycan falls. Going to TP here. He gets out. So it's a 2-for-1 exchange, and what looked like it was going to be a very, very impressive team fight. But it wasn't. It was quite boring.
It was actually pretty impressive.
I mean, a lot happened, but nobody died. So.
Well, for some reason, the Zeus ult was, I think, just in time. It canceled the Centaur blink, so that you saw that a bunch of the Radiant heroes were grouped up, like, all in a line right here. This would have been a great Centaur ult right in the middle, but the good Zeus ult kind of stopped that from happening, so the Silencer ult, that's a lot of ults.
Yeah.
Regardless to say, the good Centaur stomp wasn't being able to use there, so it was averted for a little bit.
Shadow Rays was also used, but used late in the fight, so they didn't get the full potential they could have got. And also, it was a really, really good... What the hell is going on here? It was a really, really good back away from the Dire team, from French Montana, as they realised shit was about to go down.
One big difference between these games that I'm finding is that you don't have as many creeps being stacked in the camps. So you only have one group of creeps there and one group of creeps there. In the last game, in this camp especially, you had a bunch of creeps there and there. So you had a lot of this camp right here. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, this camp. So meanwhile, Demon Shore getting caught out in the jungle. He's getting caught on, and the Storm Spirit comes through with the Orchid and dunked by the axe, and that's going to be a dead Anti-Mage. And he gets spotted out in the jungle. And great rotation from Team French Montana as they take down that Anti-Mage and make a little bit more sadness in his life.
Yep. Axe has opted for Arcane Boots, which is not an item we often see on Axe. Most of them getting Tranquil Boots. In fact, if I have a look down, if I have a look here, production value.
All right, you work on that, and I'll just commentate on it.
I did not see it anywhere. Never been bought in Dota again.
Never before in the history of Dota.
There is literally no.
Check Dota buff.
No. I'm on Dota buff. There's nothing.
Are you?
There's no.
Axe Arcane Boots.
121,000 games. 53% win rate. Apparently, which is more than Tranquil Boots. But Tranquil Boots has 7 million games this month. So it's really, really not often bought.
Alright, well we have a group up by Team French Montana, and they keep looking for a ward, but they do find it. Alright, so they find that ward on the high ground, and they could be a little bit deep here as the Centaur comes in, stomps onto Ollie, and he's gonna not get double edge just yet, as he's turned into a frog. The Stampede is used, the Silencer ult is not available as the Silencer is dead. The Requiem of Souls comes in on the Rez. Rez continues to try to do some damage. He will get caught. He's caught. He gets hit with another Requiem of Souls, and Flank is just running around here. All of the Radiant heroes are pretty low on health, and Rez just running in and out and in and out, and the Abaddon goes down, so he's a little bit close to that one. Double edge on the Rez. He will not quite go down just yet. He's trying to get denied, but he won't, as the attractive 19-year-old kid takes him down. And the Necrobook Creep's not able to finish off the Centaur Warrunner, who stays alive. Staying alive, staying alive.
Bee Gees. Was that the Bee Gees?
I don't know. Maybe.
Staying alive. I think it was the Bee Gees.
That's how you save somebody with CPR.
It is. It is. Useless fact out there for everyone.
Or you can do...
Even a useless fact.
It's extremely useful, actually.
That's one of the most useful facts out there. Yeah, just do it in time to the BG's staying alive.
Or you could just do another one bites the dust. Dang, dang, dang. Another one bites the dust.
One bites the dust. Yeah, that's a little bit more depressing.
It's ironic.
I don't like that one.
Could you get sued for doing that?
I don't know if you get sued for like saving someone's life, even if you did it to like singing another one bites the dust.
But what if they die?
It's just not in good taste.
That would suck, to be honest.
The Storm Spirit, 3-3, started off very well, 2-0, but I feel like his zaps have not really been up to par. He's never really been in the right place. He's used up all his mana every time zapping into the middle of the fights, and so much so that he was right on top of the Shadow Fiend when he ulted in that last fight. And he just couldn't get away.
Yeah, I think the main problem is the Storm Spirit is not evading enough of the damage from the combined powers of the Anti-Mage, Centaur, Warrunner, Double Edge, and the Shadow Fiend Requiem of Souls. He's not able to evade any of that, so he just keeps getting blown up in these fights. Perhaps getting a Bloodstone would help him out.
He's using all of his mana at the start, which is it's not a safe thing to do because he's so squishy. Only 967 health points at level 14. As there seems to be a bit of a square off outside the Roshan pit.
It's a Mexican standoff. Here comes the Stampede. Stomp onto Rez. He's going to get silenced and double edged. He's still going to get the wolf form off, and he's going to be off and away in this fight. He will get away, and All Noah and the Whale trying to find the opening that he needs, but he's not going to find it as the rest of the Dire go into the Roach Pit. They have the Shadow Fiend available, so they could take this down. And in fact, they tell Kaj, turn the fuck around. We're going to kill Roshan. So he does. Picks up an Invis Rune in his bottle. And
depending on how fast REZ heals up, they could go and fight this actually. They have the Axe Call, they have obviously Storm and all his spells, they have the Lion ulti, so they could very well turn this around and take this up. Zeus ult up in 15 seconds, and I think the Rum Ham realise this as they back out.
Well, they're just a little bit hesitant on that Roshan. That turns out to stop them from getting it as they give REZ enough time to get back to base, healed up, and get back into the lane. Definitely could have taken that Rosh. Well, they definitely.
I don't think they're doing it fast enough.
Are you sure? I mean, they have.
They did damage to Rosh.
They have full Presidents of the Dark Lord, and they have the Abaddon, as well as. And Anti-Mage doesn't help all that much, but they have the Abaddon increase with attack speed.
I mean, they could have done it, but it would have been risky. They could have. The Storm could have zapped in. They could have had the Axe cool off. Another scouting Zeus ult coming out. I think they made the right decision. Play safe.
This is why you lost the last game.
No, actually we lost because we didn't play safe. We went for a tier 3 push bottom.
No, that's not why you lost.
That is why we lost.
That is not why you lost.
We were holding the base.
You lost because you didn't have shit.
I had shit.
No, 27-minute Orchid?
Yeah, I got shit late.
You had an Orchid and an Agonins.
I got my, what's it called? Jesus.
If we had a crowd right now, they would be saying "do." That's what they would be saying.
I got a Scythe of Voice in. I got that like relatively. I got what,
like 2 minutes before the game ended.
We were saving for buybacks. No, the problem is you can't use it because of the repel on the fucking.
Could have gotten the Diffusal Blade.
We were just debating whether to do that. We should have got it, I think, on the Luna. I think that'd have been smart. Storm again wasting pretty much all of his mana for a DT rune.
Yeah. Got a problem with it. French Montana being a little bit aggressive here without their Lycan for some reason. So All Noah Whale is going to juke into the trees. Look at that. He's just in the trees. And he's going to stay in the trees.
Lucky sod.
I would say well played and calculated by him. So Kaji's going to use the illusions to tank up the Roshan. And Lycan is going to push the top lane. Perhaps that gives the Dire some space to take Roshan. However, let's take a look at this Roshan pit as there's so much damage going down. Demon Shovel goes down as the Storm Spear on top of the hill as Kaj. He's got virtually no health left. His flank could have gotten the finger out, but didn't. And the Anti-Mage is going to back away. So the Lycan takes the top tower. There is a fight in the pit. I would say that, I guess it's a bit of a wash. Advantage to Rum Ham, but the top tier 2 tower does go down.
Yeah. Again, Storm Spirit using all his mana in the jump in just allowed Anti-Mage to mana void him very, very quickly and efficiently to death.
Yeah, you just press one button.
Yeah, press R, win game. Except it's not really win game, it's press R, kill Storm Spirit. Again, another fight which doesn't really end with anyone winning it. Yes, French Montana lost 2 heroes to Rum Ham's 1, but they did get the tower top and set up for tier 3. Roshan eventually goes down, 3rd time lucky for Rum Ham, and that goes to the Anti-Mage. The Aegis goes to the Anti-Mage.
Well, it's getting a little bit past that time where the fast push is effective against the Anti-Mage. He's got the Mantis out, he's got the Battle Fury, and he's got about 2,800 gold in the bank, so he could work on that Basher in just a moment. So, I mean, they need the pick-loss on him before he gets to the point where he's too tanky to kill in that initiation.
Well, Storm Spirit needs his BKB to be finished and needs to start working on his Bloodstone. I think that's going to be an important item. Both are going to be important items for him. He's not really finding this so far. He's got 143 last hits, but he's died more than he's got kills.
Well, push is happening on the bottom lane. Some damage being done by the Necrobook and the Wolves. And it's stomped on, damage being done by the Centaur, who doesn't get the kill. And there's more damage being done to that bottom tier 3 tower. It's a slow push, but effective.
If you take a look at the XP graph, it's now 5,000 XP the way of Rum Ham, whereas the gold graph is sitting pretty even with the 1,000 XP in favour of French Montana. So both teams in a good position, but I think Rum Ham's got the edge at the moment.
Yeah, Rum Ham, as long as they don't get initiated on, definitely have the advantage in these fights. And the BKB by the Shadow Fiend definitely helps. It is getting the duration decrease. It's already at 6 seconds, only 34 minutes into the game, so that is pretty low for this point, but it is pretty effective for him.
Silencer still has some tangos. I don't know if they were bought more recently, but he's using them to heal up after the Zeus ults, which aren't really doing much for the team. Yeah, they're providing vision and scouting, but other than that, I think they've been used at poor times. They're not stopping blinks, maybe. Other than that blink top lane. It's mostly using them to scout.
Well, the Lycan goes to the bottom lane, and he pops the Necrobook and the Wolves, and they're going to push this lane in. As they're just denying a lot of space to the map, but unfortunately they don't have the wards they need up. Their wards are in their own jungle, which doesn't really make sense, as it's pretty secure. What they really need to be doing is getting the vision in the dire jungle to stop the Anti-Mage from getting farmed, but they're not doing that, and they're just pushing out the lanes right now.
Another problem we're seeing here is, I mean, all 5 of French Montana are in their own jungle, and all the camps are farmed, pretty much.
Anti-Mage blinks into the trees.
Could be pushing one of the lanes. Yeah,
Uses a Manta style to try to get out. Doesn't work. So he's got Manta style illusions into the trees. Calling by Axe. Silence into the Demon Shovel. There is the global silence coming out from Storm Spirit. Unfortunately, the BKB used to great effect by Ali. He's out of mana, but he does kill the Anti-Mage, who has the Aegis procs, and now he is able to go back into this fight and go right onto Ali. Tries to find him for the mana void. He's going to take him with a last hit, and it's going to be 4 down, and just are easy getting away from this one. So they did take down the Anti-Mage, but the Aegis was still there.
That went so poorly for French Montana. That went so poorly. 2,000 gold going the way of Rum Ham with probably a 3,000 gold swing and a 5,000 XP swing. As Rum Ham with that smoke didn't even get a single hero. Yes, they got the Aegis, but it went so poorly for them.
And this is going to be the offensive into the mid lane. No buybacks available except for Axe for French Montana, so they're going to fortify, try to buy themselves a little bit more time, but this tower is not long for this world, as the blink in from Centaur hits nothing. And the attractive 19-year-old boy, taking a lot of damage, has the Pipe of Insight available, and he does use it now. As the mid lane of Rax entirely goes down.
Yeah, good play there from Rum Ham. Fencing the lead they had and taking it full grasp. Tier 1 still up in the top lane. Anti-Mage maybe going, buying the Abyssal, maybe going to go come deal with that now. Picking up the double damage. Going to use it to farm. Classic.
Classic anti-mage.
Classic anti-mage.
Okay, so we have a solo pushing Silencer on the bottom lane. He has a Yules in his inventory and about 10, in fact exactly 10 intelligence stolen. And we may be looking at an anti-mage getting ganked here as the Axe is smoked up. He blinks and hits some, well, it doesn't hit some creeps, blinks into a small camp, doesn't find anything. And they're trying to find some heroes, but they're not going to find any as there is a 4-man rotation into the jungle and no one is here anymore. Quickly evacuated by the anti-mage, as Lycan TPs to the bottom lane with his TP scroll. Imagine that.
What a guy.
Demon Shovel trying to farm up some more. He doesn't really care. That attractive 19-year-old boy is taking some damage. Here comes Kaj. She is Kaj. Pipe of Insight used. Here's a Stampede. Anthony is trying to find someone. Doesn't really find anybody, but he does see flank. He's going to get Curse of the Silent, last worded. And Demon Shovel uses another blink to go right on top of flank. That's going to be another kill for Anti-Mage. He is dominating. And the Lycan, he has some space. I don't think is enough, though, to push that bottom lane. In fact, he's just going to back away as he pops Necrobook and the Wolves, who apparently need no armor. Wolves need no armor. Well, the wolves are now dead.
Well, I'd dispute that, because they are very dead.
He says it, though.
They're just rolling around as a large group, not allowing themselves to get picked off by the Storm Spirit and the Lycan and the Axe, who are their team very, very heavily focused on gank. And it's not really working out for them. Storm Spirit, he's got his Black King bar with 9 seconds left on it, so it's been used once. As another Thunder God's Wrath comes out to scout.
Well, for some reason, Rum Ham are being extremely cautious in this bottom lane. The Anti-Mage is just trying to farm with the jungle. They can definitely take these towers, but Anti-Mage decides to TP back to defend the top lane. He could be in a little bit of trouble as Penguin and REZ are available, and so is the Axe. The Anti-Mage is, however, going to back up. And so is Rum Ham, as they just leave 4 Shadow Fiend illusions hitting that bottom lane. And this tower is at least going to take some damage, as the rest of the Radiant gather up on the top lane. It looks like they're getting tired. They know they need to do something, and they're going to go for this tower.
Cooldown for another 8 seconds. He's not on the creep wave. Maybe not the best idea. Blinks out. But oh dear, that global silence is tearing through the Radiant. REZ falling eventually. Got his PKB off, but made no difference. As flank also dies to Demon Shovel at the back. And that's a full 5-man team wipe there. Wow.
I'm not going to lie to you. That was absolutely horrendous.
It was. I thought you were gonna do it.
You took it, man. So you took it, and I was like,
I took it because I was talking about the Axe using his call at the start, but I thought you were just gonna take over, honestly.
Alright, well, Demon Shovel, he's gonna damage that tier 1 tower with no backdoor protection. It's not going to be just a tier 1, it is going to be a lot more, as most of the heroes from French Montana are still getting their respawn timers up. And they are waiting for the creeps who are extremely slow walking towards that top lane tier 2 tower. So the attractive 19-year-old boy decides to run right past that tower. Anti-Mage does some damage. He is in fact doing more damage than the tower can heal back up. So they don't really need creeps for this. He hasn't popped the Manta style just yet and is probably saving it as the creeps come up to the tower here. And this tower is not long for this world, as it in fact will get fortified to great effect. And by great effect, I mean not that much effect, as Shadow Fiend takes the tower down, as well as Abaddon, who took, with the help, well, I don't know. The bottom tower went down sometime. So no outer towers remaining for Team French Montana, who had a good early game, but they just let the Anti-Mage come into his own in this game. So their advantage was extremely short-lived, as the Roshan is trying to get scouted by Abaddon. It's not going to respawn just yet. In fact, it will be up in 45 seconds.
Yeah, it's quite nice timing there.
It always comes up when I want to see it.
Magic.
So Rum Ham definitely taking the lead in this match, and we have another Necro book that has been built by Axe. So perhaps they want a little bit more pushing power, which I guess wouldn't hurt, but I fear it's too late, as Rum Ham and their Anti-Mage have gotten extremely big, and the Shadow Fiend is no slouch himself. Abaddon found that in the pit. Ali is here. The Stampede has been used, and Abaddon is just going to do a little bit more scouting as Roshan respawns in just a second. There he is. Abaddon will scout it, and the rest of the team will come as he pings it. The Lycan is farming the bottom lane, the Axe is on the top lane, and Axe doesn't really have a great way to get to the pit, as his TP would have to be inside his base. So this is going to be a free Aegis for Rum Ham, not stolen by...
Lycan denies it.
Lycan denies it with the Wolf, and the Storm Spirit pays as he blinks in and doesn't get the Aegis.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Obviously, evidently miscommunication there in this team. Zeus going to go down as well. Maybe not. No, maybe. He's running.
Zeus is going to go down, and so is the Lion as he gets hit with the Curse of the Silent. Anti-Mage blinks back over, and he's on a monster kill streak. He's going to go back to the top lane as Axe is pushing that this could be a dead Axe, as there's also a TP in from the Centaur Warrunner. I don't really think they need this reaction for just an Axe, but they're going to do it anyway. Out Noah and the Whale, he's taking a whole lot of damage, and he goes down to the double edge from the Centaur Warrunner, but that stops the push on the bottom lane, so I guess it helps. The Storm Spirit blinks in. He's going to use the Orchid Malevolence. The Global Silence is used. The BKB is also used by the Storm Spirit. And Demon Shovel in a little bit of trouble, but not that much, as there is a bunch of people from his team to help him out. R-Easy is running extremely fast, but he gets stunned up by the Anti-Mage. And Ali goes back over to the jungle. He uses the Soul Ring to get away. Also TP's out, but this is what they need. They need to put the damage onto the tier 3 tower. Could get another set of rags. Buyback from the Lycan. However, he doesn't have his ult for another 30 seconds. So I don't really think this is going to be extremely useful. The Silencer gets silenced up by the Storm Spirit. He's going to get fingered. That's probably the best finger we've seen this game, but unfortunately that doesn't really help all that much.
It's the only finger we've seen this game.
Yeah, something like that. So the Storm Spirit goes down as well as the Lion, and this is probably going to spell the end and the doom for Team French Montana. This is probably going to be it for them in this tournament, as Demon Shovel goes right onto Pangolin. He's getting blocked out by the creeps, and the GG is called by R-Easy. It was not too easy for him. In fact, the game was rather hard, and yeah.
He's not Art-Easy. I mean, there's no relation between their names at all, I'm sure.
I'm sure. So that's going to be it for Team French Montana. Rum Ham with the Anti-Mage and the Shadow Fiend. Doing pretty well in this match, and any last thoughts for that, President?
Rum Ham was given the space they needed to farm, really, for that Anti-Mage and for that Shadow Fiend. Very, very good combinations in the team fights. They did extremely well to hold the early aggression and early push, and they helped them in the late game. That's there you go.
Alright, cheers. So, 2 pence.
That's it's like, that's my opinion. 2 pence is a...
I know what it is.
It's just the same.
What are you doing?
Do you hear that? Opening a lovely bag of Maryland cookies. We are not sponsored. We are sponsored. Hopefully we'll be sponsored. That'd be nice. That'd be lovely.
That would be awesome.
What was your MVP for that match?
Demon Shovel.
What hero was you playing? Remind me again.
Anti-Mage.
Why was he your MVP?
Because he beat everybody up.
Yeah, I'd actually say the Centaur was.
Alright, well, we'll see if I can get an interview. If not, that'll be it for the HCon.TV Dota 2 Casual Cup for today. We don't have any other matches scheduled, so in the end, it's Rum Ham taking that victory over French Montana. French Montana, unfortunately, eliminated from the event, but hopefully they continue to support it. That being said, We'll try to get an interview for you guys, and if you can, stay tuned, and cheers if not. Whatever. Also, President's here.
Hello. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey, you want to hear about my day?
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.